you're Wilson Alvarez, the great inventor of the multi. Oh, that's great. How do you think of that thing? Yeah.
Well, you know, I carry a wallet and a bottle opener and a Leatherman on me all the time.
Ah, I see.
And then I really got into minimal wallets recently, and I really was like, it doesn't really make sense to put steel or aluminum or titanium in your pocket, but it doesn't really do anything. So what I did was come up with the design of the plate wallet, which is becoming more and more popular for RFID blocking. You know,
RFID. Now, what's that mean?
Okay, so like new Visa cards actually have little chips in them.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay.
So they can actually take your Visa information without having to take your Visa card.
Oh.
So that's the new thing in larger cities. They can actually scan with a scanner your wallet and actually get your Visa information off of it.
Ah, I see. I'm an old fart, I guess I did.
So it's becoming more and more popular for people to have stainless steel cards.
I see.
Steel wallets or some type of RFID blocker. So the plate wallet has become more and more popular, and minimal wallets are popular. So what I did is design. I took my wallet, my bottle opener, and my Leatherman, and sort of put them together into the multi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now it's great. Now what? Now you did it, and on Kickstarter. Now you have still almost like 3 weeks to go, and you're 300% of your. So why were you so wrong?
You know, I make all my stuff. I make for myself first, and then if I hear a lot of people when I'm using it with the multi, a lot of people I heard use it every time I use it. What is that? I've never seen something like that. You buy one. Oh, you can't buy one. I designed it. So usually, I mean, I've invented so many other things that are just mine. So when I hear stuff like that, I was like, you know what? Since I've already had a successful Kickstarter campaign before this, I really was like, well, maybe there is a market for it. Put it on to see, and it actually seems like there is a market.
Oh, wow, it certainly does. I mean, if you're 300% of what you expect. So was that lowball figure, you know, was that with like the minimum you need to produce the stuff or what?
That was for the piece of titanium that I need.
I see.
I really want to make it out of titanium mostly, but it's such an expensive metal. In order for me to get the piece that I needed and then get that cut, that was the minimum price that I needed for that.
I see.
That's really what I wanted, just to get the titanium and have it cut. So that was the minimum price I needed, but it didn't.
Right, I mean, you look like, you know, you may get 800%, you know, before this thing is over. Well, no, it seems to me, I've just been hanging around Kickstarter the last, 6 months or something like that, and it seems to me that, you could have gone to a manufacturer, right, or somebody to take your invention and find somebody to, to give the idea to as an inventor and maybe get something out of it. Maybe, why didn't you do that instead of this?
The patenting has become particularly expensive for people. Like, I mean, the average patent comes out to about $15,000.
Wow! Yeah.
And it's really long, time consuming.
Yeah.
And also, being young, when I was much younger, made mistakes, so I can't actually go into a bank and say, hey, you know what?
I see. All those ex-wives, right?
There's not a lot of sort of places for me to go if I want to. My hands are kind of tied.
Yeah.
So the spin of Kickstarter is really made for people like me who have an idea but don't have any avenue to pursue it.
Well, so I think it is the neatest thing because you not only got rid of having that process of find investors, find money, and then go out and maybe sell it and see if anybody buys it. You cut out the whole system and you just go right to people want to buy that sucker, and they give you money to do it. And so you find out success. The first, it's just amazing to me. I mean, it's just terrific, and you just save time, money, effort, everything by doing it this way to me.
Yeah, there's so many new sort of funding. There's Kickstarter, which is the largest.
Yeah.
Go, another very large. And they become so popular now because so many people have had ideas for so many years, and yet they don't have the funding to do it.
Right.
And what this does is it also shows you what kind
Well, you got to market. I mean, you sold 150. You know, you have their money before they got anything.
You can't ask for that type of that type of marketing genius.
I know. Well, I'll tell you the truth. 20 years ago, that's how I used to sell books. I used to put an ad in the Wall Street Journal, see if anybody buy it before I did it, because then I didn't have to work on it for a year. And if it looked like a sale, man, then it's worth working. But to work on something, then hang it out a shingle, nobody shows up, you know. So
and this is working for not just inventors, but for artists, for writers, for filmmakers. I mean, they put more money into films this year than I think they gave more money than the Academy of Arts.
Right, National Endowment of the Arts. I follow that. There goes my work. My government's going away. It's all gone. I can come and make wallets for you. Yeah.
The people can't. Especially my generation.
Yeah.
We're DIYers anyways.
Yeah.
So and if something's not designed, that doesn't mean we can't have it. That just means we have to make it. And all my friends are like that. It's just there's no waiting for stuff. You just design it yourself, make it yourself, repurpose it yourself.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I think my generation is, and that's where Kickstarter comes from. My generation, this idea of let's not wait. Let's sort of.
It'll take some big company a year and a half to get that sucker out there. Yeah. And it'll be wrong. And you spend all that money, waste all that time, and nobody's going to buy the goddamn thing, you know? So here, you go, hey, you want to buy that? Yeah! And they give you money, they wait a few weeks and get the thing, and you're all done. And it's just terrific. No, I think this is the greatest thing, America's got going for itself. And particularly for entrepreneurs like you, to inventors, to get that stuff out there. Your first one, you said your first idea was taking a ball jar and making what was that? You have a copy of that?
Yeah, right here. So this was made for my wife. My
I
wife.
see.
She makes lots of teas. And one day she was pouring. She loves ball jars, so she was pouring hot tea from a French press into.
I see. Right.
But burning her hands, but she wasn't burning her hands on the French press.
Right.
So what I did was I designed the French press idea around the ball jar, so you can take out.
Right. Is that titanium also, or not?
This is stainless steel.
Okay.
and it had its own coaster and everything. So it was really designed for me at home.
Right.
And then one of our friends just opened up a restaurant a couple months back, and they asked if they could use this as their mugs only.
Oh, really? So, wow, cool.
So after everybody using them, where do you get it? Where do you get it? So I said I need to be able to make a certain run in order for it to be cheap. It's the first time that I was like, you know what? Maybe I could use Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And that first campaign was very successful, and then as I was doing that, I was already designing and inventing the.
I see the other one. Now, Now the ball jar. How much did you raise on that?
It's like $52.71, so $5,271.
Wow, that's amazing. And this one you're up to like $8,000 or something like that.
Almost $8,000.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. And so now, okay, say like the ball jar. So how long ago was that?
This was a couple of months ago. This was probably like 4 or 5 months ago.
Are you doing anything more with that yet, or you haven't looked into it?
No, absolutely. We've actually found some places, and what we're doing is regional right now. We have some people that are getting them into cafes.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
We're able to print the cafe's name in.
Okay. Sort of like on the wallet where you put your name on it. Yeah.
Same type of thing. It's just in stainless steel. And I think the newer wallets will be made out of aluminum so they can be colored. For stainless, you can't color them unless you paint them. But
right.
The anodization process, I think I'm going to make the newer versions of the folk mode.
Are you using, to get it customized, are you using 3D printing kind of stuff or what?
No, I'm using a local laser company who cuts them out.
I see.
And it's a local company outside of Strasbourg there. And then I have a local company just outside of Philadelphia who anodizes for me. So it's all with the
terrific. So what's the key? I mean, you sit there, talk to an inventor, who has these ideas, never used Kickstarter. What advice could you give him? Hey, this is what you really got to do when you put that sucker up. What is that?
Oh, there are many things. First of all, see what's selling, how it's selling. And the biggest thing is you can't sit back, put it on Kickstarter, and think that people are going to... People come. There's a lot of actual work involved in Kickstarter campaigns. Number one, make sure you send it out to blogs that are interested in the same thing. We send it out to camping blogs, gear blogs.
I see.
Gadget blogs. That's a very big step. Every time this thing hits another blog, we'll see an uptake in sales.
I see. Really? Wow.
Because so Kickstarter has a certain amount of people that come to it, but these other blogs and things like that, they have a whole nother set of people that might not even Kickstarter before. They see the wallet. Oh, let me see that, and now you have a new person. So you really got to do your homework on Kickstarter. Is a very specific set of sort of group of people. They like a certain group of things. They like a lot of stuff, a lot of gadget stuff. So not everything works on Kickstarter. Indiegogo is a little more broad. You can even do things like start businesses and business. So that's a little different. Indiegogo works really well, but as far as product design, and some products, Kickstarter is the best idea. But you're not going to sit back and see what happens. You have to really work.
I see. You got to work that bar scene, right? You just can't open the door and all the ladies are going to rush to you. You have to
be able to put the legwork and really get it out as far and as wide as you can.
Yeah. So it sounds like you found a marketing niche here for yourself, and
it's great for me because I have a pamphlet full of designs that I've never either been scared of or didn't have money to make and what this does is it allows me to see if there's a market for some of these things, and two, really see if I can be able to design this and build this stuff myself. That my goal is to get a machine that I can start doing this stuff myself.
A machine, a laser kind of thing or whatever.
A CNC milling machine, which will do the same.
I see. Yeah. Well, how about won't they make 3D printers soon that will do all this too?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I work in wood and metal, and sort of like I designed a whole line of gardening tools before.
Oh, really? Wow.
So I work in sort of steel and metal.
Yeah.
And, I work in wood. So I work in sort of natural materials. I don't work in a lot of plastics and things like that.
And that's what they're at now.
Yeah, I try not to. I try things that last for a long time.
Right.
I'm not into that you can throw away. I'm not into plastic.
All right. Hence the long beard. Something but long. You're here for a while. You want your inventions to outlive you.
I do. All the garden tools I design are designed for life, and they have a lifetime guarantee.
Really, that's true. I just talked to a guy who's making a 10-year hoodie.
I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're such a throwaway culture.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense to design these products that we're just it doesn't make any sense.
Now listen, let me mention this, the edible landscape. That sounds really cool too. So in other words, you can put all that effort that you put in the landscape and eat the sucker, right?
It makes so much sense if you think about it. A lot of perennials, they don't take as much. They take as much time and effort as a maple tree or a viburnum bush. But you're going to replace that with something that gives you something. So it's a reciprocal relationship versus a very one-sided relationship of raking the leaves. And so now you're raking the leaves, but you're also you take the leaves, you feed it to the soil. It's a very reciprocal relationship instead of like you doing all the work, you cutting the lawn, you doing this. It's very one-sided.
And just to look at.
And especially with the addition of perennials and fruits and nuts. Oh, it's just you won't believe how much money you can actually save.
Oh, I would think so, because people put a lot of dough in that landscaping nonsense, and that could be feeding you.
But yeah, you're saving money on that, plus you're saving money on food costs, and you're knowing where your food is coming from. So it's win-win-win.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. You're a cool guy, Wilson. Thanks for being there. Thanks for inventing this stuff for the rest of us. And good luck to that 6-year-old or 6-month-old, right?
Right.
And say hello to your wife.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Great.